Warning, this podcast contains material not suitable for younger audiences, and some material that's not suitable for older audiences. If you're part of any age group, we've found a way to offend you. Run while you still can. We are the hapless heroes. Does it have a beefy arm for good
It's
measure?
a purple and teal dragon blowing flames.
It's completely
What color are the flames?
Whose flames?
Hello and welcome back to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. And starting at my left, we've got a full complement tonight. We have Zach as Perda Lincolnwoods.
Greetings, everyone.
We've got John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
Pleasure to be back.
We've got Francesco as Felix Fizzlebottom.
I have a plan.
We have Massimo as Gorgeous Mort.
Let's get to getting.
Hey, I had a little bit of amnesia there for a second. And last but not least, we have James as Hobblet the Smasher.
Good evening, friendos.
All right, so to set the scene on where we are, the party just had a
Hell of a fight.
yeah, an eventful fight with a wyvern who had been stalking the area, whether it was the party specifically or just patrolling its hunting grounds for the last week or so.
Right.
Finally
Till,
came down.
That was the beating
Yeah.
of the wings we kept hearing.
Yes. And
Oh God, you heard it before it came?
Yeah, and then
For, like,
Quinn
days
called it
before.
out, man.
For, like, days
he called
before.
this demon upon himself.
yeah.
Bold move.
Yeah. Well,
He was like, Wyvern.
Right.
it
come
paid
out and
off
play,
for
yay.
everyone but him.
Yes.
So now our
Well,
dear
yeah, I mean that makes logical sense.
our dear Quinn is in a plot coma
Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
My word.
because I will absolutely break the fourth wall and metagame my way around people not being able to be here for a month. It's something we just have to ascribe to running a show.
Yeah, he's got to finish up his last semester of classes.
Yeah.
But by now you've become used to our rotating cast of characters. If you're still listening at
Have we
this
ever
point.
even all been together? I'm not.
I was kind of looking forward to everybody
I-
all at the same time, but it's like things keep happening.
I want to
Yeah.
say
And it's been 5 at the
I
table.
feel like there was one session where there were 7 of us.
No,
I don't think so.
Nope.
not here.
I was never here when all of us have been together.
Not one time.
Not even
That's
once.
Crazy though.
I haven't had to expand my table at all.
One of our deep fans will look it up when they hear this.
No, I mean, I know for a fact.
Right.
Fran knows for a fact.
You're getting facts now.
Yeah.
But before even the wyvern, we fought ogres, which resulted in a fantastic pun.
Yeah.
And then we made it to a early village where we halted a kidnapping.
Yeah.
Found out that another village was about to be attacked.
By Borzon the Black Drake.
Yep.
Don't
Dun,
say it.
dun,
Ah,
dun.
man.
Yeah,
We
Quinn
did this,
Quinn
right?
was promptly chastised for uttering his name in this town. Like we were
Seconds after he
Yeah.
found out
Like,
his name.
this town had an arrangement with this guy.
right, and they want to keep it that way.
Yeah.
So now we're off to another town
They didn't really like us there either.
because
no,
they're
we
fucked.
broke their bar or whatever. We broke a building.
We
Blew
did
up
shoot
their
the
wall.
front off of that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I actually blew up a wall.
You conveniently blasted
Oh.
past that. What did you do without me?
31 Squared also showed up for 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Damn it, I missed him.
Via wild magic rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
One of his wild magic rolls was a Modron appears in a 5-foot square next to you.
And
Felix
when
used
someone
an
asks
electronic
me,
bomb.
is that 31 squared? Of course it's 31 squared.
Right. So little cameo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we're on our way to save a village.
Yeah. So bullet points. Hoblet came down with each troll eye. He had to go away.
Yep.
We
Made it
trotted
there.
through the woods, kept on hearing wings flap, made it to a village, successfully broke off an attempted kidnapping and destroyed the facade of a building, and then pissed off all the villagers.
Who were you trying to kidnap?
We were not kidnapping anybody. We were stopping other people.
We foiled an attempted kidnapping.
Strong work, man. Strong work.
Quinn pissed off the entire town by mentioning the one person that they didn't want mentioned. And so we were kicked out, but we were eschewed to another village via somebody who didn't care if we said their name.
What was
because
it? It was Rick.
Ricky.
Ricky. And then I forgot the other two.
I think there was Jort.
Yep.
Can I
George
just
and Burl.
Yes, Jordan Burl.
No, it was Merle.
It was Burl. No, it was definitely Burl.
Jordan Burl.
I heard Merle.
Merle would make more sense because I don't think Burl's even close
Burl's
to it.
a fantastic name.
And so basically, so the menace that's menacing both villages, we're on the lookout for. We're expecting his arrival in this other village that we're arriving at, and
We saw a giant person in black's like metal armor that was just looking over this town to begin with.
shiny
Very
black
ominous
armor.
character.
Right.
He showed up in the gem.
Yeah, if we saw something like that and heard a name Borzon the Black Drake, it would almost be like you were intended to think they were the same person.
Right.
Yes.
But that would be too easy.
can I just
Literally just easy enough.
I seriously have to say something. It makes me so happy that you guys got kicked out of a town and
Without
Hobblet had
Hobblet, right.
nothing to do
And it
with
was
it.
Quinn's fault.
was my
You've
fault.
had
I
it.
mean-
You were a bad influence. You were a
Yeah,
bad influence.
Clearly.
Oh, and last bullet point, right before we get to this new village, we discovered the source of the wings flapping was a wyvern,
Yeah.
Yep.
and it put Quinn in a coma.
Big dragon with a
Did you
scorpion
kill
tail.
it?
Yes.
Oh, he more
Okay.
melted
Yes,
its
it's dead.
face.
More melted his face.
Melted him pretty good.
And then did backflips.
Yeah. But before we leave, because we're camped, we tried to cure Quinn,
Didn't work.
but he no
Okay.
plot coma. So, but
He's got that plot coma real bad.
There's no cure for the plot.
For like at least another
4
1 to 2
episodes, yeah, we'll
sessions.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
He's out 4 to 6 weeks with an upper body injury.
Yes. And henceforth, if that happens, we will all be diagnosed with injuries. He's miss sessions. If you miss, you will be diagnosed with an injury.
He's
and
come
put on
down
the-
with a bad case of semesteria.
Yeah.
yeah. But before we leave the camp, I'd like to cut off the wyvern's tail
Okay.
and take it with us.
Okay, we're in the
How
woods.
big
All right.
is it?
How big
That's
is it?
what she
Probably 5
said.
feet, right? Maybe.
The tail itself would,
Whoa.
probably be about 5 feet long. This thing is going to be the size of, a VW bus.
Do I know like where the poison would be kept? If I just took the tail, would it have poison in it? Are there glands? I'm just trying to.
That would be the
extract
sort
the
of thing you would
poison.
have to nature check for.
All right, so I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. You're checking out pill.
I got an 8, but I'm
Yeah.
taking the tail. So I
Okay.
don't know if it's gonna work or not.
All right.
Okay.
You have a tail.
Wait, do you have...
It
That's
kind
an
of
animal.
stinks a little bit.
I'm
perfect
sure.
for
Well, we also have an
animal
ogre
handling.
head, so we probably smell
Yeah, the
pretty
ogre
foul
head
coming
smells
into town.
disgusting. The tail is gross.
Oh, yeah. The ogre head now smells worse than the ass of the ogre originally did.
Let's sew them together and make some sort of
We
fun creation.
Did you know how scared people would be if we rolled up with
a
an
serial
ogre
killer
attached
is
to
Listen,
a wyvern
but
tail?
they know we're coming to help. So,
Yeah.
they're just going to roll with it because we're on their side.
Yeah, but I just want to strike the fear of stink into him and just roll through.
Do we have both ogre heads? I can't remember.
No, we just have
we got
one.
one.
The one that you lopped
Yeah.
off with your long sword.
Yeah, and then tried to catch and fumbled.
Yeah.
That would have
Yes.
been badass.
You dented the forehead a little bit.
All right. Well, hold on. So, someone's got to carry Quinn.
What
Because
about
he's
his horse?
down.
His steed that he was
Oh,
so
yeah.
proud of.
All right.
Let's just strap him to the horse.
Just strap him to the horse.
Yeah.
idea.
So it
like
was.
stomach down, tie her
You know what?
around his legs.
Gingerly.
Hold on.
Gingerly.
Carefully.
We move his
Gingerly.
face to this side so he can
If
breathe.
you tie him
Yeah,
face
yeah.
up,
Oh,
then he
face
can
up?
pee. He can pee, and
On
it's, he's
himself?
not. Well, yeah. I mean, what are you
Yeah,
gonna
but
do?
What
on a
if he
horse.
starts- what if he starts puking?
He's
though?
gonna pee.
We put a.
Listen, we don't have to address this until it happens.
He's got a horse pan. Okay.
Okay. So, I just...
Anyone have a calf? We can just cast him real quick. And fucking-
Can't them good.
I'm not doing that to him.
Forgot to grab him in the shop.
You don't want to know what the modifiers to that medicine check would be.
You're not even here, Hobblet.
Let me check my inventory. Nope, don't.
See if I got a calf real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
So
But-
is anybody else doing anything in
So
our
just
camp?
to be clear, we have tied Quinn's inert form to the top of a horse.
I mean,
Just like
it's probably the
kind
easiest
of
way
like
for it to get around.
face down with like arms and legs draped around the sides of this
Yeah.
horse.
And we ask
Yeah.
our Ricky Burl, we
Jort.
ask them to like
Jort,
make sure
yeah.
that he doesn't fall off as we're slowly riding.
Okay.
So how long
All right.
until we get to the town?
Well, 2 hours into the trip, in comical fashion, Quinn's inert form starts to slide off the side of the horse.
Oh boy.
Jort and Burl are struggling mightily to keep him up.
Jarrell, being a caring soul, would have been riding next to him, and I'll try to like lift him up a little bit. Can I use athletics for that?
Yeah, sure.
It's a 16.
A 16, yes. You are eventually able to get him back on top of the horse.
Okay,
Without him sliding completely
Well
underneath
done,
the
Jarrell.
good. His
undercarriage.
back while we're
Darn.
moving,
Well done,
transporting
Jarrell.
his comatose body. All right, so that's 2 hours in. How
Yeah.
many more hours do we have to suffer?
I don't know. It's the middle of the
10 minutes.
Hold on. It's still the middle of the night. Did we camp out for the night? Did we long rest?
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause, like-
because I had to switch my spells to even try to.
Right. You're right.
Stop
we did
the
that.
poison.
So yeah,
Yes.
it's the morning now. I
So,
forgot.
yeah, I would say you probably made camp somewhere around where you fought and then set out in the morning.
Yeah.
So it is now several hours, let's say about mid-afternoon when you get to the village.
Sweet.
Okay.
And the village is at the bottom of the ravine.
Oh, okay. So we went all the way down the ravine.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we seeing as we roll into the town?
Okay. So the village is at the bottom of this ravine. There's a creek that runs right down the middle of it, maybe about 20 feet wide.
Would you say that it's split in half by this river?
Or is it
Yeah,
one of
okay.
the one-
Yeah,
okay.
the river more or less runs essentially right down the middle of the ravine.
Okay.
With there's some woods to the north of it. There's a road that also runs down the ravine.
Okay.
And sort of at either end of the ravine, there's a bridge coming into the ravine on both sides. The road is on the north of the creek, but in the middle of the ravine and where the village is, it's along the south end of the creek.
So it's a
I
U-shaped
understand.
road.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Is there any is there like a wall? Is there a gate? Is there anything?
No, not really. There's a few outbuildings in the whole area south of the river is cleared.
Just like a big.
We're talking like it's probably like a small like a hamlet, like,
Yeah.
like with 38
like they just
30
built
some
it
people.
Yeah.
As quick as they could, and now they're living. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, there's about 30 some odd people in the village.
What's the name of this place?
That was a good question. You know what? When you meet one of the villagers, maybe they'll tell you.
What about Burl? Burl didn't tell us because
No, he just said they were from a village down the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Burl is actually one of the. He's in the founding family. I think it's
Yes.
Burlington.
And it's actually Down the Way Village.
So-
with hyphens in between Down the Way.
It's not
There it is.
Burlington.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Down the way village.
Before we roll into the town, I think we should like stop and survey the area. Maybe even talk to Burl about like what, because I mean we're running into this blind.
Right. I'm kind of letting
Yeah.
them lead us to the village, and I'm
Yeah.
sure like they'll figure out like okay, like these are the people.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need to find able bodies. We need to build some defenses.
Yeah. Okay. So you just want to roll right in?
I mean, yeah, like we're here to protect these people. So let's meet these people.
How do the villagers respond to this like small band of like? I mean, clearly,
Smelly.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're coming down the ravine from the west, you guys cross the bridge to get south of the river, and it's maybe about a mile or so long, this area where the village is. There's in the fields a few outbuildings. It looks like maybe a barn of some sort. There's a looks like maybe a watchtower kind of structure, like if you've ever seen those ones made out of logs, like out to the east a little bit, and roughly 8 buildings sort of in a circle just on the south shore of the river.
Okay. Do we go right into the center of town?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. You pass by the barn on the way to the center of town. It looks like there's been some hay just freshly delivered. And make perception checks, the 4 of you.
Oh, great.
Well then.
Jarrell's not really paying
Does
attention.
anyone have a 13 or better?
I have
got a
exactly a 13. Yeah, nice.
13. The 2 of you see what appears to be an ass sticking out of one of the piles of hay.
Like
Like a donkey?
Is it a...
or-
yeah, right. Oh, yeah, let's clarify. A human ass?
What color is
A
this?
humanoid ass.
Humanoid ass. Okay.
How much
is it
hair?
is it an ass that I recognize?
Would you be the sort who would recognize the asses of people you know? Do you know people by their asses,
It depends on how well I know them.
Felix is pretty short. I think
Hobblet has probably
have a
walked
fair
around
point.
pantsless, or at least with assless like pants, at some point
Yeah.
in our time together.
I mean, you've sniffed through the contrival. Of course, it's Hobblet's ass sticking out of the back of a
Hey, does
pile of
anybody-
Why
hay.
I was asking if I recognized
Yeah.
Does
the ass.
anybody point this ass out and just like...
I will actually. I'll be surprised. I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
I think
What's the
Hey.
proper ass joke for the occasion?
Paradil, is that? Do you think that can't? That's hot. Is that Hobblet?
that's Hoblet's ass.
Can I ask a
Oh,
real life
no.
question? What's in my mess kit? I have a mess kit. What is
It's
in there?
like
What are the
fork,
contents?
knife, spoon, plate,
Would
cup.
there be like a straw? Maybe with like...
Gross, dude. Gross.
I want to hear where he's going with this. I want to hear where
Let
he's
me
going with this.
finish. Let me finish.
I want to hear where he's going
I don't
with
want
this.
you.
I know. I can see where he's going.
I don't
Let me
think you
fin-
have one, but let's hear it.
I can see where he's going.
I was gonna say with something that I have on me, if I had a straw or something I could blow through, like
Yeah,
something like
like
that.
a pea shooter.
like a pea shooter, If I could just like find like a little article of like clothing or like a piece of paper that be around, just kind of like blow a spitball
At his
like
butt.
right at his butt.
What check does he have to make for
What
that?
check? Athletics check? Would that be athletics?
Negative. That's definitely
What
a
is the
performance.
check
That's a
for launching
performance
a
check.
spitball?
That's a that should be a performance check.
Well, technically, it's a ranged attack.
Technically, it is a ranged
I
attack.
feel like it should. I still think it
Before
right,
Mort can do
performance.
that, Paradil just takes out his whip and gives him a light crack on the ass.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot you keep using that whip just to intimidate people.
Yeah. Yes. No. This
This is great.
This,
Just a light
this
one.
happened. So would you make an attack roll to see if you hit with the whip?
Oh boy.
Oh shit! Hang on. Yeah, that's a 15.
A 15. I believe a 15 would definitely hit an exposed.
Right. I was gonna say I'm
ass.
prone too, so
Yeah.
he would be
Not
rolling
wearing
at
your armor.
advantage. Right.
And let me roll for
Damage.
damage.
to the
Yeah.
end.
It'll be with advantage, but I take the lower one.
Well, you already hit.
Wait.
No, you only
I don't
roll
know.
advantage.
No.
I just thought it'd
I
be
see
funny.
what you're trying to do. You're trying to do less damage than
Yeah.
intended.
Because you're
I tried to
joking.
kill him.
Yes, I will actually. If you're trying to do that, roll 2 of the damage die, and you can take the lower one.
You're gonna
if
take
you
it at
want.
disadvantage.
That's fun.
So I'm trying to give you a light crack.
Like he's trying to, but it's
Yeah.
possible he can roll high on both of them and can't quite control.
Yep.
it, you
Those are
know?
the same.
I rolled
yeah.
a 3 on both of them. So
Okay, so
with the,
yeah.
with the bonus, that's a 6.
6 damage is applied
Really
to
got
Hobbit's
him.
ass.
Cracked him.
I feel as though Hoblet would.
If Hobblet was asleep, this would be enough to wake him up.
Oh yeah. A little bit harder next time.
There, take your inspiration there.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Pretty good.
So does he get out of the bed?
Hoblet hops out of the hay.
I just had my hand raised, just like.
I'm
question. I have
I'm
a question.
assuming he's rolling just in the cod piece because
Yes.
my ass was
Yes.
exposed. I'm gonna fish through the hay and find all my shit, put all my armor on, grab my pack.
So we just watch you load back up
Yep.
for 10 minutes, just ready to go.
Yep.
Hey,
Are we just like all silent? Because
fine.
I have a ton of questions for you.
So yes, you do have all of your gear, by the way.
All right,
got
so
a
I'm gonna
sweet new
turn.
Valen
I'm gonna
tattoo.
turn to the group. Yeah.
I did roll for it too.
What you all do notice is that Hobblet has a. What would Hobblet get a tattoo of? Do tattoos exist?
Can
Yeah,
you
I'm
get,
sure
can you
all
get
that
like
exists.
a little Trixie on your butt? Like,
It's gonna be on my back.
Okay.
It's gonna.
Are you naked?
Like
yeah,
a thug
I mean,
life
when
tattoo.
I
Yeah.
Crit life.
Now we find out. Does Hobblet have a tramp stamp?
Right. Little butterfly.
He's got a photographic representation of Granny Smasher.
can you roll for that to see if that's real?
Wait,
Yes.
what was James about to say?
I'm
Sorry.
writing this down, and actually, I like your idea equally. I was trying to make mine something hilariously weird, but I would also think that there would be Granny Smasher too. Right. So, as I disembark from the wagon,
Yeah.
still donning my codpiece at this point, you guys all get a glimpse on Hobblet's left shoulder blade of a photographic replica of Granny Smasher.
I feel like we would all need
Like a
to
tattoo?
roll.
Yes,
How high quality is it?
I feel like
high quality.
No, I feel like it's
We're
gonna be like the
talking-
worst of the worst of like the bad
No,
tattoos.
the other one is the worst of the worst.
Okay.
The Granny Smasher is fucking
Because if they fucked up Granny Smasher,
right.
he would have fucked them up.
is
Okay.
pristine.
Yes, and it cost you 50 gold.
Okay, I got gold to spare. On my right shoulder blade, of the same size and clearly 1/4 the quality, is a similarly sized purple and teal dragon.
Wow.
Just a dragon.
Is it like a stick figure dragon? Like
Does it have a beefy arm for good
It's a
measure?
purple and teal dragon blowing flames.
just completely
What color are
disproportionate.
the flames?
Who's flames?
He is. God damn you! He's a middle-aged Mexican man. Who hangs out down by the Wawa.
Yes. Yes, and what else?
And to whatever quality you'd like to give it, I'll allow it. But it is clearly not the same quality as the Granny Smasher.
Okay.
Granny Smasher, left side.
Dragon blowing flames on
Dragon blowing a middle-aged Mexican man. Named Flames on the right side.
Oh
I
god.
feel like I'm supposed to say something about there being no Mexicans in Teldoria, but I don't know. You may strike
And-
that from the record if
And
necessary.
clearly, I just would like to interject here. This is not a slight against Mexicans. I just feel like the name Flames, Flames, looks most like a Hispanic name. So I'd like to clear the air on that before I.
I don't know if you cleared the air.
I feel like you might
it's
have
possible
dug
you
yourself
made
a
it
deep
worse.
So be it.
You know, I think like identifying some sort of ethnicity is not automatically offensive.
So Jarl sees this and he's just like squinting, trying to like make out what the hell is going on.
I've already moved past it.
Hobblet, what are they? What do they do? Ugh.
Sick tats, bro.
There was a bit of a language barrier with the tattoo artist on the right one.
Have we seen any villagers yet?
Yeah, is
So
anybody
far,
notice
it's
us doing
just
this?
Jor and Burl. You haven't quite made it into the village itself yet. And I feel like possibly, thankfully so.
Okay, so I'm just gonna look at Hobblet and be like, Hey, bud. So, okay, you're here. We have to address that. I'm gonna point. I'm gonna kind of use my thumb to point behind me to the unconscious Quinn on a horse. We've had a time in this village. I'm not sure if you're aware that this village is about to be attacked by a bunch of shit, but like, get it together, man.
Wait, how did you get here?
So, last I saw you gentlemen, I was ill. I took a day or two to recover. I met a woman. We drank.
We see Hobblet doing air quotes.
Right.
I drank a bit too much. Maybe I fell asleep in the back of this wagon. And here I am. Wait,
I don't see a wagon.
What did you just find me in? I was in a bunch of
Yeah.
So they just dumped him like that.
So he
There's a dump
swings
wagon?
his head to the left. He swings his head to the right. Notices that there are just piles of hay. He goes, there was a wagon.
Is there a wagon nearby?
Negative.
Because we might be able to use a wagon.
That's a
don't
good
know.
point.
Regardless, he's off of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
off the
yeah,
wagon.
he's definitely off the
Off
wagon.
of the wagon.
Took a roll in the hay.
What the hell are you all doing here?
Like I just said, get it together, Hobblet, because this village is about to get fucked if we don't do something.
He like shakes the cobwebs for a minute. Okay. So what's the plan? You've always got a plan, little man.
Okay,
What are
so
we doing?
I'm gonna bring you up to speed, and I'm gonna go ahead and just let this serve as me bringing Hobblet up to speed of the events that we.
Perfect.
Jarl is starting
just
to
gone
ride
through.
as they're talking further into the center of town. Still looking for anyone other than the three that were
Yeah.
with.
Now that you get into the center kind of circle of buildings, and it's, more or less kind of rough huts, somewhere in the, rough earthen hut to yurt kind of range of dwelling here.
Sure.
Okay.
More or less in a circle around what would be sort of a central fire pit kind of thing. But, this isn't much more than a permanent encampment.
Okay.
People do sort of peek their heads out. They all seem to be half-elven.
Okay, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, this is sort of a half-elven enclave here. People who didn't really... Yeah, but these are on the lower end, so...
Yeah, I'm a little
Yeah.
hoity-toity.
So yeah, right.
You got two things that can happen if you're half-elven. You either can get accepted by both worlds, or you're these folks who get accepted by neither.
Wonderful.
Wait, how does a village of half-elven people work? Is there like a 50-50? Is there a recessive and dominant gene in that? Like, can
Well, if
No,
half-elves
they're
are
just
with
the outcasts
half-elves,
from other.
I think
Some are probably a quarter to three-quarters, one or another, but...
Some
Going
are
back
half human,
generations.
half elf, and some are half elf, half human.
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And some are quarter elf, and then half elf is like half, and then human 25%.
A half of a half.
Let's please not go further down this rabbit hole.
Pretty good description, though.
What has science done?
So it's like a leper colony of half elves.
Well, I mean, they don't have a
Honestly,
disease. They're
yeah.
No, but they're not
half-elves.
accepted
No,
by
their
any.
disease is being poor.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Oh.
They're on the lower end of the economic
Yeah.
spectrum.
Right. So I'm just gonna. I mean, Felix is gonna speak up because I guess he's supposed to have the plan, right? And he's gonna just kind of sort of start talking to the townspeople at large, and just be like, "We need as many able-bodied people as possible. We need to protect this town, and we need to build some defenses."
So you're shouting this at these half elves hiding in
Yeah,
their
they
house-
all know
in
what the
their
hell's
huts.
going on. They're all scared.
I'm
Like,
gonna
we're here to
start-
help,
Yeah.
but you need to help us help you.
And we're gonna start knocking on all these huts, just like bashing
Well,
them to get people's
before you
attention.
get to there, the village elder comes out. He comes out to talk to you.
Okay.
Jarl gets off his horse, recognizing it's the elder.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get off my pony.
I cracked my whip.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
why would you do that?
To give everybody's attention. You seem like
I came out to talk to you. I think you can safely assume that you have my attention.
No, I'm trying to direct attention towards you. It's my method of silencing this ferocious din.
Paradil, if I may. Good
Is
sir.
he diseased?
No. He's just eccentric. So,
Socially.
my good man,
Immediately apologizing.
we are here to help you and your village against a threat that has, we know all about him. Okay.
Good. That's why I sent Ricky, Jort, and Burl out to find adventurers.
And they sure did. Finest in the country.
Side.
So, I think it's important to first rally as many people as possibly can to help us build some things, because there's only five and a half of us if you count the one that's unconscious, here to help. So we need a place for him, and I'm gonna point at Quinn, and then I need people, and we can start building some things. We gotta defend this town. How long do we have? And I'm gonna turn to. Well, I'm going to look at the elder. Like, how long do we have?
Usually come. He starts, he steps out, looks up. He's trying to, put his thumb up and, spot where the moon is. I'd say about 2 or 3 days.
Oh, boy.
Jarl asked, how many of them are there?
They usually come... Let's say about... I don't... You have to bear with me. I don't count as good as I used to.
Take all the time you need.
Too many
but
years.
Not too much time, because
30...
time is up to
somewhere between 30 and 50.
Oh,
Whoa,
that is a
okay.
number that I was not expecting. No problem. No problem.
Can we make something that blows up?
Jarl's back
So,
stands straight
okay.
up and he hits his sword to his shield.
Here's
Says,
what
"We will
we're
help."
going to do, because I think that we really cannot waste any more time then.
All right.
I'm going to look at the elder and be like, you help find me as many able-bodied people in this town you can find. I will confer with my colleagues here, and we are going to formulate a plan to defend your town.
You will have every able-bodied man and some of the women of the village.
Great. How many of those are there?
Probably Burl, Jort, 12.
It's good enough. Okay, yeah. So just send them over here when they're ready. Just tell them to gather their things, whatever they have that they may be helpful. Leave it up to their best judgment.
Yes, yes.
Great. So I'm gonna turn to the group and be like, okay, guys. So this is bad. So, 40 to 60 people is a lot of people.
30 to 50,
Yes.
but
50.
I would agree with that number.
So we need to booby trap this town.
Word.
So how?
Another one of your plans, huh?
Well.
I like where your head's at. Let's
Okay,
get to
all right,
it.
great, good. I was about to launch into a whole defense drill, and you saved me the trouble. I appreciate it, man. I just really, just kind of glad we're on the same page.
So
this time.
Jarl has, in the Citadel, as a paladin, studied some war tactics, I'm assuming.
I would say that is a very safe bet.
Yeah.
And Hobblet's a war priest.
Do
Or at
we
least
have...
a brawling priest.
Hoblet's already jotting down some more ideas. I mean, if we're talking 30 to 50, there's going to be a little shock and awe here.
So immediately,
We're trying to deter.
Jarl
If we can make
slammed-
the first 5 dudes
Shit their
die in
pants.
such a heinous way
Yeah.
that the rest of the dudes don't want to come close to
In
town,
defect?
Right.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, what if that doesn't work though?
explosions, man.
then
We
there's-
need a plan
Take
B.
out
So
as many
before-
as possible.
In fact,
one
let's have a lot of plans.
situation.
Let's make this sort of
Right.
like a mega plan.
Before we start the whole table discussion, Jarl is going to slam down a table in front of Felix, and I assume Felix is just going to draw long sheets of planning.
I have
paper.
parchment.
Yeah.
As
And we
Felix
just start
says the
scribbling
word,
all over it.
as Felix says the word Megaplan, I feel like he has to slide a notebook over his crotch to hide this chubber that he's developing because he's like, "Goo, we're planning today."
I'm getting such a big plan.
Raging plan right
Gonna
now.
plan all over this table.
Gross.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Let's not.
Let's regress.
So we're gonna draw the map out of where, like, the town that we.
Yeah, I
we
kind of
surveyed.
want to
Yeah.
understand. So like, so the river kind of splits the town in half.
Yeah.
So really, there's entrances on literally every side of this. Does
There
the,
are only two. As far as we're aware, the enemy has their camp on top of the ridge. So the river separates us from the ridge. There's trees on the other side, and then there's.
I understand. Okay. So
Right. So
really, there's they can either enter through the woods, but like from the overlook and try to come across the river, or really there's just where the road goes.
The two bridges.
Right. In like that small area. So really maybe there's only two directions necessarily that we have to defend from. Maybe three if you count where the water is.
So Jarrell's gonna start off and draw a semicircle around the town, between, like, so that we have like a semicircle that has our backs to the river.
Okay.
And he's going to write oil.
I like where your head's at, Jarrell, but we need to figure out if these people have oil.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, they have lamps, but let's figure out how much oil they
so
actually
we're
have to
starting
spare.
off with pipe dreams.
Okay.
And he's
However, the areas we can't fill with oil, we could dig holes and put
Yes.
spikes in.
Yes. And then, so he's gonna start looking around. Are there? Well, Felix is diddling up his plan.
Oh, I'm diddling. I'm diddling up that plan.
he's
Jarrell's
really
gonna-
massaging this plan.
So I'm gonna try to come up with sort of time, like manpower budgets for these things.
Because you have 2 or 3 days.
Because you've got, let's say, we're gonna call it 3 days times you have 12 people who can do things.
Oh, well, I mean, Hobblet
Well,
can do things too.
We have
And
about
Jarrell.
17.
Oh yeah, we
people.
have 17 people. That
I have a
can-
question. 17 people. If we have anything that we can make as explosives, can we just like
We
make
need
some
to get
kamikaze like?
We need to
No,
survey.
we're not sending people in to blow up
Oh
themselves.
God, that was
Well,
your idea.
Yeah.
Mort,
Why not?
Jarrell's not gonna
Mort,
do
we're
that.
here to save these people.
yeah.
But whoever, I
Not
mean, if
explode
they're
them.
sick, poor, anybody that's feeling down on their
man.
luck, maybe you can. I'm just saying. I don't think it's a crazy idea.
I'm gonna kind of like put my finger to your lips.
Oh,
Kinda like,
I'm just gonna.
I mean, I can't reach, so I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm making the motion.
You're out of your element, Mort.
I'm grabbing his finger with my hand.
I'm gonna look at. I'm just gonna look at you. And be like, you made. I don't. I can't even with you. Like, I just like, please. These don't kill these people. We need to.
That's our
we need
job.
to kill the other people.
So Jarrell and Hans are going to immediately start surveying the town
Fucking wild card, this guy.
to see what kind of tools we can find. So I'm
Okay.
looking for rope. I'm looking for axes. I'm looking for any nails or anything like that.
Pitons?
Like jars of candle oil. Anything that we could. Is there a wagon?
Let's see. Well, we've got the wheelbarrow over the albino.
Okay. Oh, all right.
No.
So is the albino fighting with us?
Sadly, there's no Holocaust cloak.
What?
Wow.
I don't want it.
What? Princess Bride. It was the cloak they lit on fire when Fezzik was going in as the Dread Pirate
Oh
Roberts.
yes.
I follow you.
Wait, where's
best
the
movie
wheelbarrow?
ever.
It's over the albino.
Okay, so we have a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, you have a wheelbarrow. There are 2 carts in town.
2
Okay.
carts.
2
Excellent.
carts.
And we have all our horses.
We have our horses.
And your
Yeah.
pony.
Yeah, my
Yep.
pony.
All right, so you have those things.
Axes, hammers. Is there a grinding wheel?
Yes, I would say there's definitely a grinding wheel for the maintenance of the tools. There's plenty of farming tools in town.
What do we have for farming tools? This is all gonna come in.
I understand. Hey, listen. I'm gonna kind of like observe Jarrell just like making a plan right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of grading him on his plan making abilities.
Well, no, you're making the plan. I'm just getting the equipment. What we even have. So we have like a big pile in the center
Yeah,
of the
just
town
give me
of
a.
all of
You're
our
just gonna
tools.
just like drop a pile of shit in front
Yeah.
of Felix.
So
I'm
do
just
we
gonna
know-
go around and gather as
I like
much as
this.
I can.
I like
Do
this
we
a lot.
know if they come in
Right. That was going to be my
All at
question.
once.
like on a road, or do they
There's 2
come in?
bridges.
All right.
We're not really sure which way they're gonna come in from.
Yeah.
They could come in from the south if we don't know.
So there's 2 bridges.
There's 2 bridges
on either side of
and
the
a
town.
river that goes
It's
obviously
going
through
over
them.
the river. Okay.
Okay, so
The-
they're going to come over one of the two bridges, though.
Or both.
True.
Possibly both.
Potentially, yes.
Okay, well, I
Pincer
mean-
move is a valid attack.
We're gonna have to defend both, but they're gonna come over one of the two bridges.
Or once they're on the
both of
bridges, we can just blow
Yeah.
the bridges.
How deep is the water?
Yeah, good question.
The water goes down to about 6 feet in the middle or
That
so.
could be extremely useful.
There might be one or two places. There's probably somewhere at either end where it would be possible to ford, but it would still be
It would require
significantly
some
more
significant
difficult
effort.
than the
Okay.
bridge.
Is there,
Yes.
is there a current to this?
There
Like
is
very
definitely a current.
heavy
That's
current to
good.
this river?
Hey, Hobblet, just in case things go south and we have to retreat back, let's walk on that water.
Yes.
So,
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love that.
right.
I feel like we can talk to the guy who's usually in the lookout tower that you mentioned before,
There is a
Okay.
lookout tower.
and we can maybe
There
ask
is
him.
one already standing lookout tower. Yes.
Okay.
There are enough hand tools to be able to make structures if you need to. You'll need to gather some wood probably from somewhere. You just need to justify where you're getting your wood from.
Right. Felix is making the plan, but Jarrell's going to recommend.
Yeah, I got
Felix,
it.
I do believe that perhaps we should get wood from a different area, just so that they can't tell what we're doing. Maybe we could make it more secret.
Okay, sure.
But it's going to take us a while to probably get further into the forest.
Yes. So
That's-
what
We
I'm
can
going
send
to
some people out
say
there,
is you've got 12 laborers. We're going to kind of call what most of the party here is doing is supervisory stuff, just so we can sort of write a budget.
Sure, easy.
So you've got 12 laborers by 3 days. So you've got 36 man hours that you can put into doing stuff.
And then we'd have to take certain parts of our party off to start doing like one thing.
right.
Yeah, you'd have to have
We
some
can
party
assist with
go,
those things,
And
but
take some of
then
the people.
yeah, like let's say for example, it might cost. I want to have if you wanted to construct another tower, that would cost 10 hours out of your 36 budget.
Okay.
And other things,
How
if
many
you want to
people
do,
would have to do that?
it would be, it could be
Everyone together?
no, because 5 people 2 days or something, or 10 people on 1 day. It doesn't matter because we're just kind of budgeting
Yeah.
out
Right.
of your pool of 36
Got it,
man
got it.
hours.
Okay, hold on a second. Zach, I saw you got excited for a second.
I feel like I have a good idea for how to booby trap the bridges.
Bridges. Okay.
I can share that
I'm listening.
now or whenever.
I'm listening, Paranel.
So, first of all, do we ask the guy who's usually in the watchtower? What? So this invading crew have been to this village before, right?
Yeah, they visit
And-
yearly.
And what direction do they usually come from?
So Paradise talking. to
They're
this guy.
In what direction do they usually come from?
they've come from either side. It
Okay.
just sort of depends on what else they're doing.
But they're usually all together.
Usually.
Okay. So
It's still safe to booby trap both bridges.
right.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can build some spikes into the bridge that are, cleverly hidden in some way.
Or underneath it, maybe.
Right. And so So I imagine. I was also thinking we would have them embedded in the bridge, so that when they get to wherever on the bridge, they can, be spring loaded
Right.
because I'm a tinkerer.
Sure.
And
I have
and
a-
then we
kill whomever is on the
So-
bridge.
I have an idea as well.
Go ahead.
I'm listening. I'm just like, might as well, let's hear them all out, and then we'll take bits and pieces of I'll take bits and pieces of the best things I've heard. And
Well,
we're
we
gonna
can
make
just
a plan.
combine those two ideas of the spiked and the fireball, and then
What is the fireball idea?
can
just
burn
He
the
throws a
burn
fireball.
The bridge, throw a
Okay.
fireball, burn the bridge, and underneath the bridge, if we can fasten some sort of like
More
pit.
spikes.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat like type, like I'm
And
talking
it's a
about.
choke
like,
point, though, right? Each bridge is a choke point.
Yeah.
And
We-
but at
Spike
that point,
pit.
they're going to have to ford the river somewhere, and they're going to make it across.
And really, our target here is Borzon too. So, especially if he crosses first, we can maybe demolish
take
the
care of
bridges
that
to make it
immediately.
difficult for them the rest of them to cross.
Yeah.
So we isolate just the big guy, and if we
Right.
take out the big guy, I doubt that a lot of people are going to stick around.
Exactly. Anybody else is gonna want to fight for it.
Does that
So-
make like just cut off the head?
Jarl asks Felix, "Should Hobblet and I go get some wood?
Yes.
Do you want rocks?"
Hold on. do we have time to build another, like maybe one, at least another tower? Like, is
How many
What do
towers
we need
are
the
there?
tower for?
There is one currently existing tower. It is to the east of the to the east of the village.
Okay.
What would we
So,
need another
I think we
tower
should
for?
put a tower
to put
by,
one to the west.
by. I should think we should put
For
one
what
by
To
for
get
shoot
archers up there.
Yeah, a couple archers.
Shoot at people.
What else are these 12 guys gonna do? They're gonna die immediately.
They're probably gonna die cutting wood.
So we're gonna build a new tower.
So I think
Okay.
we should place it.
Well, we can build it into
the center of the
into a
town.
tree.
Yeah.
And I
Out
can
of your-
probably help at least like align things. Like I can fly now.
Yeah.
So like I can
okay.
like help like, guide things where they need to go.
Have we ever seen you fly?
No.
It's gonna freak you out.
So Felix can fly now.
So
to
Hobblet
know.
has some Hobblet twists that he'd like to.
Oh, here we go. Go for it.
Do any of us have an invisibility spell?
That would have been Quinn,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
who's
No.
unconscious.
So nobody has invisibility.
No.
The closest I have is the cloak of Elvenkind, which makes me especially stealthy.
I can fly as well. That's about it.
Def-
I can put people into a horrific darkness.
But I can't make you invisible.
so I have 2 nets,
Of course you did. You bought those so long
Yeah.
ago, just in case.
just in case. I have 2 nets.
Okay.
I'm figuring. I also have a spell that is walk on water.
Yeah,
So-
we know. I know. We used it already
Yeah,
to
yeah.
waterboard the dude.
We're gonna
Close, we almost
we're gonna
waterboarded.
do that again.
But why are we going to be on the water when they come
So-
through?
Well,
Because they're going to see us.
that's why I wanted someone who had invisibility.
I see what you're saying.
But if
If you made Peridot like just like walk on water, he got all stealthy
And I could hide under the bridge.
right,
and activate the
Then-
spring-loaded spike trap.
well, yeah, then I'm picturing that I can put the nets on either bridge, and then whichever bridge or both bridge, you can rig the traps, and the net trap will pull the guys into the water. We'll see.
Yeah.
Or
And
is
then
it
you
instant
can, like,
death in the
walk-
water, or is it just done for
mean,
them? Are they
it's-
This
done
isn't
for it?
this isn't GTA Vice City.
They're
Like,
tied
they
up
can
in a
probably.
net.
Let's do like
Yeah.
a regular, like an animal trap.
They're gonna be
where
wet
you
and
have it where if
annoyed.
they step in the middle, it just like
Eats
shoots
them.
them
I mean,
up.
it's 6 feet deep. It's not like it's.
Yeah, like they
it's
can probably.
they're
Most
in
of them
and
can probably
out.
touch
You
the
have to put it
ground.
in like a
I'm
tree
just
or something.
when you say spring loaded, what are you using as a spring?
That's a good
A
question.
tripwire.
Yeah, but hold on. Like we only have
Okay,
like farming tools and
if-
wood and shit.
If
Someone's
Ewoks-
got
if
rope.
Ewoks could make
Can you
a
make a
rope
spring out of
trap,
rope?
That's true.
we can make a rope trap. If the Ewoks
Yeah.
can do it, we can do it. I
Yeah.
believe in us.
Yeah.
I like this perspective.
You take relatively young trees. They're pretty springy, and
Right,
you just
right,
use that spring
right.
action.
You put a raccoon in it, and Chewbacca goes.
Raccoon goes in, Chewbacca comes out. You can't explain that.
Okay.
Sixth
Okay.
grade.
or just
Sure.
layers of thinner wood.
That's fine. Yeah.
There
So
are
we'll,
like spring shocks made out of wood.
So here's my holdup. There's 40 of them.
yeah.
Well,
Take
does
one out by
anybody?
the time. One here, one
Does
here, one
anybody have? Who else is? spellcaster?
Realistically,
Who else
how
can
many
cast?
how many of them? Because they're they're also on horses. At least some of them are.
You do not know how many would or
Right.
wouldn't be.
Right. But what's the width of this bridge?
We have all the houses too. They're going to come into the village.
I would say that the bridge
They
is
are.
about 6 feet wide.
6 feet wide.
Yeah,
bigger
and
than that?
20
So
feet
like
across
2
the
feet,
water.
2 horses probably at a time.
How big are the nets?
What if we blow
6
the
feet
bridge
wide?
before they
Big
even
enough.
get there?
6 feet. I
Just
mean,
give
I would
ourselves
say
an island to work with.
they're sizable nets. I paid a sizable fee.
No,
for
actually, it
them.
would have to be wider than 6 feet if carts are going to get across it. So probably 8.
10 feet.
Yeah,
8
8 to 10 feet.
Well, maybe we're
3
going.
horses wide.
Yeah,
Maybe we're going at this all wrong.
wide
Why
enough
don't-
to get a cart across.
Why don't we try to booby trap the other side of the bridge, take the bridges down before they even get there, and now we have a little
they have to
island
ford
that we
the
can
river.
fight from. Yeah, exactly.
And we just like kill them all in the water. Yeah, but that's like
It just slows them down.
It
Yeah,
just
it slows
slows
them
them
down
down.
a ton.
So do they
it puts us at
come?
advantage.
Do we have the elder with us? Are we like able to bounce? Do they come storming in, or do they just kind of come sauntering in? Like, do they come? And you said they come at night, right?
Come firing.
I don't think he ever said what time of the day they come.
Am I hallucinating?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Happens
I
to
don't
us all.
remember anything
I don't
about
know.
He said that.
I could easily forget details like that, but let's say right now that, regardless of what I may have said earlier, that they would come during the day more than likely.
Okay.
Probably at about
thinking-
midday.
Some kind of tripwire to knock the guys off of the horses. But
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have rope for that.
we
Hey,
do. It
I've
would be
got a good
easier
idea.
at night because they might
They
not
won't be
see
able to
it
see
coming.
it. Yeah.
I've got a stupid good idea. We put out a table of snacks
A booby trap
that are-
table of snacks.
that we poison with the wyvern tails poison.
Ooh, you think 40 people have snacks? That's actually a really good idea. Subtle.
Whoa.
And whoever's still left standing, we just blow them up with like our own.
So yeah, we'll make some wyvern venom. Is it venom or poison? We'll make some wyvern poison cupcakes.
I kind of like that idea. And then
I
we
mean,
have all the traps
we
in the
probably have better
houses.
luck with booze.
We could have the townspeople try to bribe them with these wonderful treats.
Will they eat the
Before-
stuff from this village that's
before
I don't
gross and
know.
disgusting and
Raining death upon them,
decrepit?
that's not a
I
bad
would
idea.
say,
Just distract them and try to
so
poison
let's
them.
say it's going to cost out of your budget 36 man days. I should have said instead of hours. I think I might have said before, man days. That it would take 10 man days to build a tower. Let's say if you did
Hours.
want to commit to
Days
your
or hours?
What if we
10
just
man
build?
days to build a tower.
We have
What
3
what
days.
If, what if
Yeah,
we
you have 3
okay.
days times
What-
12 people.
What if
Right,
we
right.
what if we instead of building the tower just build blinds into the trees?
That's a good idea too.
Blinds in the trees would
They were far
cost let's say a tree blind, you would only be able to put one person in each of those to shoot, but a tree blind might cost 4 days.
We could poison the arrows.
No, let's cut the budget on that. We'll say it's 3 days out of 36
We could, yeah,
to
and we could
build
poison
tree
their arrows.
blinds. It'll cost 2 man days to build your poison cupcake table if you do choose to do that.
Yeah, I think we should just throw a ginormous party that they just walk into. And, they're drinking, they're eating, they're poisoned, and then we just attack once they start feeling the effect.
I would like.
There's 40 of them.
I would like.
Hey.
I would like to mix both of the ideas. I
At
would
least
like
30 people
The
probably
12 townspeople to try the poison. Not even 12 of them. Just leave them out there. Do they walk into town and there's a feast ready for them and they don't see anyone? See if any
That's
of them.
suspicious.
See if any of them
suspicious.
touch it.
We can disguise it as
Somebody
I would
else-
be suspicious
No,
if I walked into a
somebody
town.
else's. Say it's somebody's
Maybe.
birthday party. They're walking in. They're probably gonna want to take it over. We just trick them to say it's like for one of the townspeople.
It could be
it's
the
not
offering.
for them.
It could be
Right.
the offering.
No,
But
I feel like they're not gonna take that. Be like,
So-
it's
so your
it's little
idea-
Susie's birthday
so you-
party. We threw one.
So you've gone from now like blowing people who live here up to throwing a fake birthday party
Fake
for one
birthday.
of them.
Well,
How about
I
this?
really changed my ways.
okay. How about this? How about this?
Really come around.
Do the village people? All right. Did they know exactly?
why?
Oh.
Sorry.
Did they know exactly when this crew was going to come in?
Estimating 3 days.
Okay. So, so this is going to be kind of convoluted. Do the attackers know that the villagers know when
It
they're
seems
coming
like it.
and what they're going to do when they get there?
I don't know whether or not.
They care.
I don't care
Yeah.
if they care.
I saw
Yeah.
you see me see you.
Like, they know, the village knows in a general sense, about when they'll come, and they can nail it down to about the day or so.
And what is going to happen when they get there?
What has happened
I
in
mean,
the past.
my guess
Past
is-
results are no indicator of future
If
outcomes.
you're
So my
an
idea is
invading
this.
horde, you probably don't. You probably care little to the preparation.
I don't care if they care. My idea is this. So the village knows that they need to rebuild and, attain some funds after the horde is going to, raid them. So we disguise one of the wagons as like a cart that we are peddling like food and edible goods to come into
Oh.
like a larger populace
That's
with.
a good idea.
So it's like we make a fake bake sale
Yeah, we're
that
traveling
these
sales
villagers would have to like bring to a larger populace that says like, please help us rebuild our village. And we have like signs bundled up on the thing, and it looks like we're going into a larger town to sell these things.
Could we put
Yeah.
the smallest villagers on that so that they're the most likely to steal it?
What?
What? No, they're just gonna raid the food and eat it.
That's what. Yeah.
Like,
that's
just
That's
spite
what
them.
I'm saying. Right,
But
but
have
if we
them be
put,
taking
if
it
it's
out.
me, if it's you and me standing next to the
Oh,
thing,
right.
they're not gonna do it. We need to put like some 55-year-old dude with a bad back.
two
Yeah,
and,
but they
like,
have
somebody
40
else.
people. They're not going to care at
two
all.
little
who's at
people
this
What I
stand.
want,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I want to make the stand look as attractive as
Right.
possible
Right, okay.
for them to fuck.
Yeah.
If I'm coming in and I see two weak people pulling a huge cart of fucking food, and 40 of us just rolled in, I'm kicking both of them down and I'm taking the shit.
That
We
makes
want 'em to
perfect
get
sense.
Like if it's two fighters, I'm not fighting two dudes for a cart of food.
But
if it's two feeble people,
The main point is that we don't need people there as long as it looks like this is set up to leave town.
Right.
Yeah. But then we have everyone else pop up
Yeah.
with poison arrows.
Or hell, slap some kids on
Poison
it, right?
arrows, poison cupcakes, poison everything, and
Just
we just
poison
like,
everything.
hide
And then-
around
and
and,
then
we just
we
start
light a
raining
fire.
fucking
Little boysen.
Stakes and rocks.
A little,
a little
poison.
person, a little boysen.
All right, I have to ask at this point, how long would it take us to set up a giant swinging log?
That is a
All
great
right. So let's
From what,
let's
where?
walk
Town
it
center
back
when
a
you
little
walk
bit.
in.
Okay.
No
so
reason to see it.
No, we set it up where we lead him in there somehow.
high above the tree line.
Okay.
It's rigged up.
this is 8 yurts in a circle.
Right.
Where in this are you going to hide?
That's what I'm saying.
So there's like
Next to
no
the log.
second
We're
The
floor
one
talking
to
you
about,
are
like,
hanging the log from.
Wait,
On the main staircase, like in Home Alone 2.
in the barn.
Oh,
in the barn's a good place.
So it takes up the length of the barn. They swing the doors open, they get a giant log in the face.
Perfect.
Yes, there
Oh,
you
wait.
go. There's your swinging log.
Thank you, Felix.
There was a barn. He was in the hay. There's a barn.
Yeah.
How many,
Yes.
how many man
First
hours
thing.
is that?
The swinging log, call that 3.
Three man hours to cut down the log to bring it back on the
well,
cart.
you don't gotta convince
It's
them
more
that it should be more.
getting it.
No, I'm just making sure that
Yeah.
that sounds fair.
Sounds fair.
Hobblet and I walk into the woods, cut down a gigantic tree.
Yeah.
Do we have
I could
axes,
probably
right?
Eldritch Blast a tree down pretty
You could
fast.
blast
We could
it
do
down.
that too. We have all the. But you're still
When
planning it.
Hobblet
You're
walks
directing
into the
people.
woods, he picks a tree and it just falls.
Do you swing Trixie at it?
No, he
No.
literally just said he picked a tree and it just
Okay.
fell.
Oh,
Would you like to roll a d20 or shall I roll it on your behalf?
For what?
Just roll a d20.
For your intimidation of this tree.
Right. Tree intimidation.
Side note. To make all the poisonous goods, we can use other people in the town.
5.
Oh, good enough. All right. Yeah, the tree
Yeah.
falls, but it doesn't fall on you. I was just fishing for a crit fail.
Okay, so we load up a giant log.
Yeah. Yeah, but
it in the cart.
a lot of the problem is going to be mounting and rigging up the apparatus to the doors.
We'll
and-
leave that to Paradil.
Yeah, Paradil will supervise. It's going to cost out of that budget 3-man days, because Paradil can supervise that job, but then 3 laborers from the pool have to do it.
That's
So
fine.
what are we at after this little adventure of the log swinging, and how many
We need to start
how many
getting.
tree blinds? Like, what are our options on that?
The tree blinds take how many hours again?
3.
Let's say 3. Yeah, I want to give those a
And
nice
how many
affordable
trees do we-
budget.
like, how many can we?
As
we-
many as you want to put in the
As many
budget.
as we can. Okay.
Maybe, unless do you want to build another tower, with some of that budget. Do you
Okay.
want to, let's say you could do spike pits at a budget of, let's call it 4.
If,
I guess a second tower would be way too suspicious, though, to them.
Right.
Correct.
So let's do hidden traps.
A connected question, though. How many people can fit in the tower?
You could put 6 in the tower.
And 1 person per blind.
Yes.
So the blind is like more expensive per person in terms of man hours.
Yeah. And how
but-
big is this swinging log? / how much carnage can it really do?
between Hobblet and I, how big
it's
of a
got
log
poison
could
spikes
we
on the end.
put into the wagon?
between
we're
you
not.
guys,
It's not just a fucking log to the face. It's got like some heinous spikes on the end of it.
Yeah.
With all sorts of.
But like,
poison.
how
It's
heavy
deadly.
is this thing?
It's
for
lethal to
Hobblet
the
and I
first-
to be able to take it down.
I don't know.
regardless
5
of the
people that walk
spikes,
through the door.
this is
I don't
going to
know
be
if
a
five's
log maybe about like 2 feet in diameter or
It's a full
something.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to,
I was thinking
regardless
like
of
a
any
30
decorative
foot
spikes you
wide.
put on the front, the spikes will be purely decorative because getting hit at that big of a log at that speed will pretty much liquefy you on the inside,
yeah.
regardless of any spike action.
Right.
Yeah, baby.
Like, you're not getting, once you hit lethal, you don't get more lethal than that.
I
Right.
think we just need a plan for like groups of people. Like 5 are going to be taken out by a log. This many are going to be taken out by.
We need
the
to
tree
lead them
dwellers.
to these
This
places
many-
where there are
exactly right.
traps
Like we
down.
need to hit. We need to
So,
section them off in groups and kill them in groups.
We should have pit traps in front of the barn. So then they think that they've already gotten past the traps, and then they go to
And then
open
they
the
open
barn,
the barn, and then they
they
get
get hit by a
fucked up.
log.
Yeah, like easy traps.
Yeah.
You are starting
Just a
to see
pit.
through the metagame on
Just
this,
a pit,
though.
yeah. Okay, so we want to dig a pit
I
in
am?
front.
I think so. One of you guys sort of mentioned something that's like, all right, I think they see what's going to go on here.
Okay.
Right. I mean, we just need to lead them to where there's actually deadly
So
things for them.
say okay, between 30 and 50, say 40 come. Like we need to have at least prepare for the max amount and have like 5 separate areas where people can just get fucking annihilated in groups.
What do we want to do to the bridges?
I don't think
do you
we
wanna
have
wait
a
for them-
need
Do you
anymore.
want to wait for them to cross and then get rid of them?
Say we scare the shit out of people on their way out, and they're just running away from us.
We can just fire blast those. All right.
Okay.
We just, I don't
I
know.
mean, one thing I'll say is we need to hold off. I think like disguising a wagon as some sort of like bake sale that we're driving into a town is our best chance
That's a
at
great
like
idea.
getting a really dense pile of kills.
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
So we need to hold off any attack that we're going to do in an
Until
obvious
after
manner
that.
until
they're
they can
poisoned.
get
Yeah. So
My-
that's got to first order of business is bake
We
sale.
funnel the people back towards the barn.
Jarrell's main goal with this
And
swinging
then
log
we
is for
make
the
them
Drake.
think that the people are in the barn. I'll use minor illusion to project the sounds of people in the barn,
Yeah,
so
like
they go
a-
to
like a
check the
hubbub
barn,
going on in the
and
barn.
boom, smash.
Right.
Some chick moaning.
Right.
How does that sound?
Can we put the pit trap on the other side of the door so they'll get hit with the log first and
And then whoever walks
they
in,
go-
the pit
yes.
trap?
and then they
Yes.
run into the pit trap.
Yes,
That's a way
100%,
better idea.
100%
Because
yes.
they're not going to jump over a pit trap just to open the doors
Followed
and get impaled.
by
And then maybe Gorgeous Mort, we put you in the watchtower. How far is the watchtower from the barn?
Is it 150 feet or less?
It might be. The tower's to the east, the barn is to the west, but a little bit south.
But from the tower, could you see the front of the barn?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The front of the barn is at the north side.
So we perch you up there,
With
and you
some
just
archers.
chuck a fireball down
Yeah.
there.
Or if you
when
guys
they're
can
funneling
get
into
them
the barn.
in there, try to just close the doors. I'll just burn the fucking barn down.
we don't want to be in the barn.
No, don't be in the barn. I'm just saying. Try to
hey,
get them in
hey,
the barn. A group of
hey.
people in the barn. They'll fucking blow the barn
Hold
up.
on. Even if you... I was waiting for this. Even if you have to be in the barn, like, if
You
you
can
can,
get out of the
like,
barn.
get them all to you and then burn the motherfucker down,
Yeah.
I
Glorious bastards kind of thing.
I have the ability to bring you back to life.
So you want me to sacrifice
All I'm
myself?
saying is,
want me to burn myself
hold on,
down.
hold on.
Wait,
Your idea.
Wait, I'll do it.
That's all I'm
Feel
saying
it.
is.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, if you know that it's real, like you're gonna die, but
Hobblet,
I can bring you back to life.
What if you don't though?
Well,
wait,
that's dick move.
wait.
Hobblet, Felix
I
is now shushing you.
will do it.
Can you cast fireball?
No, but I can burn you down. Yeah.
No,
that-
but I can lead them in there.
Okay.
I'll burn the sucker down.
And then I can slow them down. And if I make it out, great. If I don't, I'll still
bring you
milk
back
it
to
out.
life.
I'll still make it out.
Right.
Okay.
Even
Whoa.
though I dislike your
No.
plans,
But
86% of the
you just-
time.
we're good.
All right. Well, that's
So do we have a
that
solid
sounds
plan?
So
significant.
I will disguise myself. I'll polymorph myself into like one of the children here because they're short,
Yeah.
and I will appear like I'm selling them these wonderful goodies,
And
and then they're gonna chase me into the barn when I run away.
And while you're running into the barn, as like an added bait, say,
hold on.
"Quick, hide the rest." So they'll be like, "Oh, hide what?"
Okay, good
Boom.
point. Because if you're just running away with like a basket full of like muffins and there's still a whole cart of shit that they can take, they're not gonna care what you do if you run away. You need to like something to entice them to run with you.
Yeah.
Dave.
You should be running towards the barn, yelling, "Hide the gold."
And prestidigitize treasures inside the barn.
Good
Yeah.
idea.
Dave,
Minor
how long does
illusion.
it take us
Minor
to make
illusion.
these poison muffins?
Can you do that?
Yeah.
The poison food cart will cost a budget of 2.
So
That's
where
fine.
are
For
we
the
at?
poison
Who's,
food
who's
cart.
baking these?
Also, yeah, that's another
townspeople.
thing.
Yeah,
we don't
You've
need.
got
We
2
don't need.
townspeople. 1 man day's worth of baking and 1 person day's worth of developing the poison.
So I'm trying
Okay.
to see
I don't
how
think-
many people do we have left and how much time?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. If for the baking, I don't think we need to factor in man hours because that's not
Okay.
an able-bodied person
So
job.
what of all
True.
the traps that
We
we
need to
have
make it
discussed,
poison.
That's actually a really good idea. Yeah, that was really
of
smart.
all the
Yeah,
traps that we've discussed, the poison cart is the first wave.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Then what's the second wave?
The log.
Felix is called.
Felix
Yeah.
is going to cause a ruckus, get all of these, whoever else is going to follow him into the barn,
And then
where-
Mort's gonna light it up.
and then once they get into the barn,
They're gonna
people
get
are
hit.
gonna fall
They're
into
gonna
this-
get hit by the
they're gonna
log,
get hit by the log,
then fall into the traps,
and then the next wave will fall into the traps, and then whoever else is like, okay, there's no way that another thing's gonna happen to us. Fireball after the
they
doors
pile
open.
in.
Pile in.
Right.
So the barn has the log trap.
So the log trap, the pit
That
traps,
costs
and then
3.
we're burning it down.
The,
Poison,
barn
log
pit
trap,
trap.
pit trap, burning it down. That's 4 separate things that
And
I
hang
like
on.
Another one.
8 to
Right.
10 people each.
That's
Right.
4.
Just to wrap up the
2
barn
for
situation.
Yeah.
Boys.
I would also
Bake
like
sale.
Well, the barn is actually 2 waves.
Three.
Yeah. 3.
maybe
Yeah.
yeah.
Log,
But-
pit trap, fall.
And fire.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. So the log and the pit trap are going to kill the same wave, though.
No, because you have to walk past.
Well, you're gonna
the
get
log
but you're gonna get a
to fall
few
into the
people
pit
with
trap.
yeah.
Okay.
So people are gonna get hit with the log, be like, "Oh my god,
hold on.
whatever." Run
Okay.
past the log, fall.
Right.
Into the trap.
What I'd like to do then is also like there's gonna be some sort of bar, like bar the other door on the other side of the barn,
Yeah.
right? Because there's gonna be a mess of bodies in the front.
Yeah.
They're still gonna pile in, so that's gonna be hard enough to get around while the place is burning
So you're
down.
gonna try to get out the.
I'm gonna I'm gonna fly up to like the sort of balcony area of it and try to maybe trip something to lock them in. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
have a rope going to the outside
Okay.
to close the door. Try to trap as many in there as possible, and then hopefully fly out a window.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just trying to, because we've got our budget of 36. We've spent 2 on the poison bake sale,
Yep.
3 on the barn log trap,
Yep.
another 4 on a pit trap,
Okay.
and so that leaves us at 27 units remaining.
So
We need to rig it. We need to rig the barn to trap everybody inside.
We're not gonna get everyone. So this is my other
Well,
idea.
everybody that's in.
Everybody
Yeah,
that's in.
everybody
Yeah.
that's in the barn.
Felix
We
has
need
got
to rig
that.
the barn
Felix has got that.
to trap.
He's gonna shut the door on it pretty much.
Yeah.
And then I would like to make.
Well, if he just
ghillie
shuts
suits.
the door,
Yeah.
you can just open the door.
I would like to make ghillie suits
Sorry.
with poison arrows.
Okay. So nobody can see whoever's in the trees.
And then
getting
we're going to be
fired
hidden
at.
in those two. So the 12 fighters will pop up with us, shoot
Wait.
all their arrows.
Right, because we
and
lead
then
them.
we will go into
We
combat.
lead them down to the water, and then you guys start charging across the water with hobbits.
running on the
We
water.
could, oh my, scare the shit out of him. That probably has a little intimidation factor to it. Who the fuck walks on water?
What happens if we get hit on
Plus,
water?
we're going to look like sea monsters or something.
I don't know.
All right, we still have time to use, so let's do something towards the water or any other points around the barn because
Yep.
I can funnel as many people as I can towards the barn, but some of them are gonna get smart.
Let's build.
How long does it take to make the suits to hide them? Not even suits. They just have to be covered
Well,
in hay or something.
what are we putting them in? Are we putting these guys in tree blinds or something? Or?
Yeah.
We could do both. We could dig small holes and put them in tree blinds.
Yeah. Do you want to do all tree blinds? Do you want to put people in the existing tower?
I
If
think
they're-
2 need to be with Mort when he shoots the fireball.
Yeah.
If they're walking on water, they could be hiding under the bridges.
How long does that last for? An hour?
Okay.
And it's not a concentration spell.
Yeah. Just trying to think, what kind of things are you going to spend the rest of your kind of construction budget?
Well,
I
I would
would
say
like
if we
to-
can,
build something
We
to
have 10 more
house
people.
the rest of the townspeople.
Oh, to get them out of town?
Yes, like I would
Yeah,
like I would
okay.
like to build a mock shelter half a mile or so into the woods.
Can we just give them all our camping supplies and send them into the woods?
That's a good
I
idea.
mean, we're taking all the strong people and kicking basically all the weak people with a bunch of camping supplies into the woods. I don't know.
well,
if
all
that's-
you gotta do is pitch a tent and sit down.
Yes.
We can build them a tent.
Okay.
We could set up a camp for
So-
them, a refugee
Yeah,
camp.
evacuate
I mean, I'm-
essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm also trying
all
to
right,
spend the rest
a-
of these like 20
a-
hours
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
have to spend.
Basic camp for them would run 1 man day. A somewhat
Man day.
well hidden camp would cost 5, and a very, very well hidden camp would cost 10.
Let's go well hidden.
Yeah.
Let's hide them as well as possible.
Yeah.
We're talking
Okay.
about man day.
One man day.
Yeah.
We have
It's
12,
just- it's
15,
So
Same
that's
here.
10
We're
for
almost,
the
Man
woods
hours,
and
he's probably
campers.
meant.
Okay. You're not talking about man. We are talking about man hours, not man days, right?
Well, it's man days because
Okay,
it's
so that's
12 men times 3
124.
days, 36.
Okay.
12 men
So
times 3 days.
you now
Yeah.
have 17 remaining.
Okay. What about digging the holes for the? How many people do
Yeah,
you
how
want
many
to hide?
blinds and how many holes?
Yeah,
How many people can we
yeah,
afford
that's
for each?
that's what I'm looking for now.
2 with me, so that leaves us with how many left?
10. Do you want to do
Leaves us
5
with
and
10
5?
left, so we can do 5 in holes, 5 in trees.
Oh, you're looking to do foxholes for people as opposed
Ooh,
to more
yeah.
Yeah,
pits.
that's what I'm
Okay.
thinking of.
Down
We'll
by-
cover
down
them
by the water.
We'll cover them in like hay and
Yeah,
Yeah,
twigs
each
and
of
stuff.
those holes
With the nets.
will cost 1.
With the nets.
Nets and spears,
I have javelins too.
I got
Right.
javelins to spare as
so
well.
they can kind of stab up.
I do not.
Right.
Okay.
That's ruthless.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Right through the.
All of
You
it's
know what I mean?
poison.
All poisoned, yeah.
Poison everything.
Because how much poison can be in a 5-foot wyvern tail?
I don't
Probably
know.
a ton. Poison everything.
Okay,
Dave?
so
Who?
so you're going to be
Fucking
putting
huge.
5 people in these foxholes.
Yes.
Right.
So that's
Correct.
going to cost 1 each. That'll be 5. So foxholes. And it's going to cost 2 per for the
For the tree
tree blinds. So that's another 5.
And 2 in the
That's
tower.
10 there. Yeah.
Do they have enough bows and arrows?
Yes, they will. We're
And
going
now they
to
have javelins.
It's a hunting
Yeah.
town. Yeah, right.
to perch. So that's 17, 5, 15. So there's still 2 man hours left if you wanted to budget them to something.
We could always sit and wait for the battle.
You know what?
I feel like we should just
How about a
have-
group meal before the fight?
What
or
day is it?
Can we just hold on?
You know,
Just to have another.
To boost morale.
I mean, that sounds great and all, but why not make another trap that like costs 2 mana? Like we need
We lost
everything on our
track. We
side
lost
here.
track of time a long time ago. Dave, what day is it?
Can we go just like a?
it doesn't matter. All of this is the pre-planning, which is happening in what
Dave,
we would call
you
a real
know
time.
it matters.
But Dave, the morning of this event,
Yeah.
what day of the week is it?
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, never mind. So, no brunch. No brunch.
I don't know. Fine,
Can
more.
we just
you know what, more?
Can we use?
You're the only one that
All right.
doesn't want to have a meal, so come up with a better trap. You come up with a 2
Again,
hour. Yeah.
You have the net. You've been dying to use this net.
we
Let's
already
use
figured it out with the foxholes. We're trapping people.
I thought people were popping out of foxholes
With a net
with a net.
and javelins and arrows that are poison.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the net was. Each one of them had a little net, so they just go.
How
I mean,
many
I
guys
was
stick 'em
assuming
in a
one of
net?
the We only
Oh,
have
foxhole
12
just has a
guys.
net?
Yeah.
You want to stick 5 of them in a foxhole? I'll
Not
put
one foxhole, a couple.
A couple, 5
Well,
different foxholes.
Yeah, 5 different
That's
ones.
5 different guys. I'm saying let's have 4 with guys, maybe 1 with a net over it, so we can trap someone.
Oh yeah. Okay.
good.
Yeah. Exactly. Make it. Yeah. If we can like split
5
this net
guys
up.
is a lot of guys to dedicate to foxholes if we're trying to defend.
So let's
a
make a
whole-
6th foxhole with a big fucking net in it, or just like a big hole in the ground.
You
people
could
run over it,
probably
they fall in
dig
the
2
net.
more holes, because each of those costs sort of 1
Let's
How
do
much
it.
net do you
unit.
have?
2 nets.
Well, let's make 2 foxholes with nets.
Okay, so 2 just sort of holes with nets, and you put some leaves over them or
Leaves
something?
over him so he falls in.
Okay.
Spikes at the bottom.
Spikes at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Poison.
Okay, so we'll call those 2 mini pit traps as
Mini
opposed
pits.
to... 'cause
Right.
You've already done a pit trap that cost 4, but that was the big barn one.
Yeah, these are just little guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Can
thinking
we poison the nets?
Everywhere.
either that or is this a situation where it might be advantageous to set the traps to where the net's like tied off on the corners then they fall into the spikes. Then we can like pull the net up, pull the bodies off.
Oh,
and, like,
we can just
reset
reuse
the
it.
trap.
Yeah, but that sounds like it's gonna take a long time during battle. We can't do
Okay.
that during initiative.
I would say that probably wouldn't work during a pitched combat scenario.
Yeah, but good idea. But I mean, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
it's
I
a
think
good
we're good.
idea.
I think we're good.
Okay, you've spent your budget on that, so we're going to say that this puts us at nightfall of the third night.
So Monday night.
Yeah,
Just before sunrise.
yes. It's Monday night. Everyone's sort of settling in.
Are there any ladies of the evening in this town?
Oh my God!
No.
It's a
You
small.
have
It's
12
like a
hours.
hamlet.
Yeah,
This
we're
isn't like a
using-
city.
It's been proven to increase athlete performance.
Plus, it's like a
Trying to get all our
100%
boys in.
chance that they're going to be related to one of the
Well,
people
they'll just
you're
have to pick
fighting
the
with.
one that's not. You know,
Well
they
then,
go-
interestingly enough,
Good lord.
Oh no.
Where did we put Quinn?
Listen, you don't fuck before a fight, all right?
I always
Safe
fuck before
with
a
the
fight.
hidden villagers.
Okay, he's with the mid. All right, yeah, that's good.
there's a young village. When I say young, I mean probably about,
65.
For a half elf.
actually for a half elf, yeah, about 65.
Oh, it's not funny now.
A comely young lass.
Okay.
She her name is Judrith, and Judith with an R. In there. Judrith.
She's only half Judrith.
Wah, 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 wah.
You're welcome. Anyway.
Anyhow, she seems to be taking a bit of a shining to you, Hobblet.
Sweet.
Much to the somewhat obvious displeasure of her father, a guy who goes by the name of Mancy.
Is Mancy one of the 12 or is Mancy one of the
Mancy is
puss?
one of the 12.
Can you not
saying.
bang his daughter, please?
He's got to roll for it, man.
Yeah, I just have to determine what percentage.
Just don't do it in the
Hobblet
would.
would.
You could get hit by a giant log.
Can you do this?
That's
in,
what he's planning on doing to her.
Sneak around.
Oh, stop.
15.
Yeah,
No,
log
you know
trapper.
what?
Oh no.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna do it the other way. I'm gonna go 5 or lower, and I bang her. Higher than a 5.
Attempt, unless we're going to a
right,
dark
right,
place
right.
here.
This is an insight roll, maybe?
No.
No bang.
No, I'm gonna respect the relationship
Great.
So,
and not
Good.
so what
trying
you're
to
saying is
screw
no
things up.
whammy.
No
No
whammy.
whammy.
I might flirt with her a little bit, obviously,
Yeah.
but when it comes to sealing the
Nancy
deal,
is visibly annoyed, but nothing more comes of it.
fair enough.
All right. So what time is it now? After he's gotten denied.
I did the denying.
Let's call it, it's about 10 o'clock at night. It's, people are starting to turn in for the night.
Let's rest up. Let's get it.
Oh boy.
All right. Do we evacuate the town before noon or before the sun comes up?
I feel we should just all be in position.
Yes, that would be a very, very good
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, I feel like the amount of time that was spent building that place, it would be suitable for a night. So we would send them there.
Right.
Not to mention, if you're getting watched, you may want to move them at night.
Right.
Also, don't you think they'll think that's a little suspicious when they go in the town? There's only like
Not if we do it
5
sneakily.
people.
No, we've got model trains in all the houses with Michael Jordan cutouts.
Oh, yeah,
and,
just-
it looks like people are home.
Oh yeah, the whole nine. Yeah, great. Actually, you know what?
man.
Let's get home alone with it. Perfect. I love it.
Not the cinema
So-
classic I was going for, but, I
Yeah.
can't say that we weren't sort of asking for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, people start turning in for the night. The non-combatant villagers have all evacuated under cover of darkness north of the river.
Jarl is
They're
sitting
camped away.
awake in the chief's hut, just sharpening his sword and looking off into the night.
Yeah,
Cheesy.
that's a great way to cut to the credits.
Yeah.
So there we go. We can consider this
good.
a long rest going into the evening and scene.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Thank
good.
you so much for joining us. And if you liked us, we can be found on the internet in places such as Twitter and Instagram. We have a subreddit /r/Hapless Heroes Podcast.
Facebook.
Yes, we are on Facebook if you look for
book.
Hapless Heroes.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we
have a
really are
Patreon.
everywhere. Yes, if you really, really like us, we have a Patreon. We can be found there as well, and you can contribute to the pizza fund that keeps us fueled. With which we create great content for you guys. We always appreciate it. Also, if you really, really like us, leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice, whether it's iTunes or Podbean or wherever else you may get this fine podcast and other fine Dungeons and Dragons podcasts.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of people who left us reviews, we got a new one from the Doom Singer.
The Doom
Singer.
Doom Singer
Yes.
or Doom's Inger.
Or Doom Singer.
Doom Singer.
Yeah. Anyways.
Reach back out to us. Let us know. Doom's Inger.
Or Doom Sin. Grrr.
I like that better.
Oh, we're gonna
This
go with
is
that one.
awesome. Someone leaves us a nice review and we just go pick on his name for a few minutes.
We're gonna
'cause
mutilate your name.
We're great.
Fran's gonna cut all this out anyways.
No,
Thank
I'm
you
not,
kindly.
but we love you. The Hapless Heroes offers an actual play with plenty of lighthearted banter and a real rapport between the players. They have interesting...
I think it's for just report.
But it says...
Not
Otherwise-
Michael Rappaport.
You know, it's because
Nor Ian Rappaport.
it's because real rapport was there's no space between the word real and rapport, so I just kind of added more syllables.
Yeah.
Let's roll with Michael Rappaport.
Yeah, they have a real Michael Rappaport between the players. They have an interesting use of background ambience, and though it can occasionally stand to be louder. Hey,
Yeah.
listening,
Good point.
it's gonna be louder now.
Yeah.
So much louder.
I hope that in the later episodes.
I mean, you
hold
might
on. Here's
regret
the
that.
best part. Here's the best part, and I feel like Dave and I are going to smile with this. If I had to offer a criticism, it would be that the players seem to occasionally miss the DM's lead, but that could be said for any D&D table.
We're dumb.
This show,
Definitely the wisest bunch here.
Right.
That's
This
what-
show-
AKA, you're a bunch of amateurs. We are.
this show is going in a really interesting direction, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from them. Hey, so thanks. That's really nice of you.
Nice.
You think we missed any of our previous leads? Wait till you hear, or
Right,
maybe
holy
you've already
shit.
heard our next full
Yeah.
play special. Oh boy.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And if you really, really like us, you should start a podcast as a fan podcast for ours, referring to, you know, this onslaught, these waves of new fans we have, and call it the Hapless Heroes Tide Podcast.
I hate
Good lord.
Yes.
It burns like the flavor of Tide
The Hapless
Pods.
Heroes do not condone eating Tide Pods.
No.
I can't believe we actually addressed that. Fuck. Outro the show.
I don't know
Dave.
what you're talking about. I'm just talking about these waves and waves of new fans we're getting.
Shut up.
The Hapless Heroes
Shut
Tide
up.
Podcast.
Shut up. You shut up right now.
Pile.
I'm about this close to saying rocks fall, everyone dies, and dropping the mic. But no, we are going to outro our table because, god damn it, we're going to do this by the book. So to my right, we have Hobblet the Smasher, played by James.
Oh, let's see what happens.
To his right, we have the gorgeous Morton Mack, played by Massimo.
Let's get it on.
To his right, we have the fantastic Felix Fizzlebottom, played by Francesco.
We made a plan.
To his right, we have the Light Lord Jarrell,
I
played
can't
by
wait
John.
until next time.
And we've got one Parallel Lincoln Woods, played by Zach.
What's our plan? I wasn't paying attention.
My name is Dave, and I've been your host and Dungeon Master for this evening. We'll see you next week with a continuation of this fine, fabulous, fun... I wanted more words, but I don't have them. So we'll continue the story. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
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 See ya.
Bye.
Don't eat Tide Pods.